Well, let me take a brief left field, what may seem like a left field digression for you.
Uh-huh.
Last week, the Ukrainian government used geolocation data to do a mass broadcast to people in the area of a demonstration that said, you have been registered, dear subscriber, you have been registered as participating, I can't remember what the word was, in a civil disobedience, a civil disturbance or something along those lines. Did they use something similar to do that, maybe Google Maps data, or is that in no way connected with your program or that you wrote about, or how do those two stories tie together, or don't they?
So this story that we wrote that we wrote and published on Monday goes hand in hand with a story that the Washington Post published last year about a program called Co-Traveler. So there are many ways that the intelligence agencies can scoop up location data. One of the ways that we wrote about on Monday is the location data that is leaked by Leaky apps. So all of these apps broadcast your location onto the internet, and oftentimes when it comes to advertising companies, they broadcast it in the clear. The Washington Post story from last year talked about cell phone tower IDs. Now, and this is just the theory. In the Ukraine case, I think what they did is they got the number of everybody connected to a particular cell phone tower and sent them all the text message. But that's a theory. They do track over these private cell phone networks. They have the capability to track which cell phone tower you're connected to, and by extension, where you are in the world. And there's a line in our story about that.
So now, well, thank you for answering that. And you guys concentrated on Angry Birds, presumably as a case study. But do we know what percentage of apps? I mean, I know there were 100,000 apps in the Apple Store, and a similar or larger amount now on Android. Do we know what percentage in the minute or so we have left, what percentage of apps are rightfully considered leaky?
We unfortunately they didn't give a number that we had, but we do know that the NSA in 2007, the year that the iPhone came out, upped their budget, their wireless budget, and their mobile phone budget from $204 million to over $700 million. And I think that points to that this is a very important thing for the agency.
All right. Well, this is a terrific story, and I assume you're staying on it. Where can people go to read the rest of your work?
You can go to ProPublica.org. We're a nonprofit news organization in New York City.
Great. Jeff Larson, data editor with ProPublica, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
I'm Richard Eskow, and you are listening to Take Action News. We will be back after these messages.